Buenos noches. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigos? That's right. I'm back, baby. I'm back. Back like I never left. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest edition of Wos Speaks, of course. I'm your host, Big Wos, Mucho Grande Wos. Um, Joined as always on the ones and threes, my guy, John Gervais, man, keeping the trains running on time. So happy to be back with y'all fresh off of vacation, man. Got back from Spain on Monday. You guys will be not shocked at all to learn that it was just an incredibly magical, amazing trip. Just in fucking Barcelona. Just when I thought I couldn't love that place anymore. Um, just an incredible time there. And I got to visit Mallorca and Ibiza for the first time. Just Mallorca, just beautiful, just like picaresque. Palmas, Mallorca, just incredible fucking place to visit and hang out for a few days. And Ibiza. It's just like, if you're trying to get crazy, they got everything you need in order to achieve that out there. Just met a bunch of people, met a bunch of dope people, ate a bunch of incredible food, drank some amazing wine, of course, and just great beaches. Shouts to Sieges, went to Sieges again, which is like a beach town about a half hour, 40 minutes from Barcelona. Just incredible. Shouts to the staff at Little Beach House in Sieges. That place is incredible. Just a crazy dope trip, man. Just felt really fortunate that I got to go and experience that. And shouts to my cousin Isabel, who got married in Barcelona, the goddamn castle. Which I also just was one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced in my whole life. So that was just dope, man. It was just a dope refresh. Like anybody, man, if you could spring it, if you can afford it, I know this shit is costly. But if you can, get your ass out to Spain. I don't care if you go to Marbella. I don't care if you go to Barcelona, if you go to Madrid, if you go to goddamn, Mallorca like we did, or Palmas and Ibiza, San Antonio, or San Antonio. I forget how you say that shit, man. Listen, just incredible. Met a bunch of them. Like I met a decent amount of Americans, a bunch of Brits and Irishmen and women. Always dope to run into like Brits and Irish people overseas. These people just know how to get down. The Aussies do too, as well. But just just all in all, just an amazing experience, man. I know as a Black American, I'm not supposed to say or admit this, but Europe is fucking sick. Europe is sick. Absolutely beautiful and incredible. Also, Europe is different. Like it's just way more diverse than you would expect. Like you're gonna be shocked by the level of diversity of Black, brown, Middle Eastern people, like from all over the place. It's gonna surprise you if you've never been, the level of diversity that now exists in Central, Southern, Western Europe, you name it. Like there's just a crazy diverse amount of people, and it's reflected in like the local foods that you get to eat. Like it's not just that you're gonna go over there and have tapas and all and paella and all that kind of thing. Like you're gonna get some incredible Iraqi food, you're gonna get some incredible Syrian food. Like it's kind of crazy. And of course, not to mention Italian and all that other stuff. Like just trying to be brief, but like Europe is sick. I had an amazing time. I fucking loved it over there. Can't wait to go back. Yeah, just what are we gonna get into today? I just wanted to get into some of this Zohran stuff because I'm just fascinated by the story, and I think the way that the party establishment and the donor class are reacting is just very instructive and informative. So I want to get into it, but before we get into that, um Trump is meeting with Putin in goddamn Alaska to try to end the war with Ukraine. I think it was the Guardian, I think, leaked, put something out where it's like Trump's gonna like try to basically offer Putin financial incentives to end the war, because God knows militarily, like Russia got it. Like they're in the catbird seat. Ukraine is losing the war badly. And the longer this goes, the more they lose. And so Russia's not really in a position to just be like, yo, all right, yeah, let's end it. No, like they're winning. um they like this idea that they're just gonna give shit back to Ukraine after all the men that they lost and all the resources they put into taking about, I think, 20% of Ukraine at this point. I think it's just laughable. Like they hold the cards in that regard. But I think in order to get them to stop, they're talking about lifting up some sanctions and some kind of like minerals deals. Trump always thinks that he's like, art of the deal, I'm gonna get this guy to the table with some money stuff. So who knows? And even if he does get the Russians on board, I hate to say this, but I do feel hopeless. I think all of our hawks in our military, like not just the sort of blob, but also the fucking Lindsey Graham types and the Chuck Schumer types, like the hawks in both parties, like they're not gonna want to they're gonna give Donald Trump and his people hell if he does something that can be perceived as giving Putin a win, which is like he's already won. They've kind of already earned that territory, fucked up as it is. Obviously, I think what he did was criminal in invading a sovereign nation the way that he did. I think it's horrible how many people have died, been displaced, all of that, whose lives have been permanently affected and ruined by this. Like, it's horrible. And Putin started the war. He invaded. Let's not get it twisted. We can get into the NATO thing and how, the West provoked these fucking guys. But like at the end of the day, what he did was fucked up. And obviously we condemn that. But we got to deal in reality and not what we would like to be the truth. And the truth of the matter is, like, these motherfuckers took over 20% of Ukraine. And they did it militarily. And Ukraine cannot do anything to reverse the course of these actions militarily. Like, we could give them all the weapons we want. We could, like, it's not going to happen. At this point, it's like this fallacy that Zelensky and his people are like throwing out there. They're like, no, like, we're fighting a noble war, and like, yeah, that may be true, but like, the real talk, y'all can't win. You guys are conscripting 50-year-olds to the front line of your war. You don't have the men. It's over. Like it's only going to get worse the longer this continues. Like, Russia just has a way huger population. They've demonstrated that they're willing to take losses, take casualties in order to take more of Ukraine's land. The Russian people are broadly in support of the war. I'm sorry, like, they're just boxed in. There's no, like, and I was reading something from a liberal writer who I respect, so I'm not going to say his name, but like, basically, it was like just typical 2016, 2017 era Trump, where it's just like, if Trump does it, then it's fucked up and stupid. And it's just like, guys, like, yeah, no, we want the Ukrainians to get their land back. They're not in position to do so for all the reasons that I just stated. Like, the sanctions on Russia didn't work. Their economy is actually stronger now. Like, they have the men. They're well positioned to win a war of attrition. They have the will of the people behind them. Financially, they're good. They're selling a shit ton of it. Like, oh, okay, Europe don't want to buy my oil. Okay, India lining up to buy their oil. China lining up to buy their oil. Like, their economy is going just fine. The sanctions didn't work, y'all. Like, I was reading this shit and it's just like, oh, we're rewarding Vladimir Putin. Like, okay, that's one way of putting it. Or we could do, like, they act like there's some other choice that is like amazing out there that isn't end the war and end the death and the suffering. And Ukraine, let's face it, just has to be happy with keeping 80% of the land that they owned before the war started, or keep the war going, more death, more destruction, more suffering, and Ukraine can't beat these guys. We're certainly not going to join the war, put American troops on the ground so we can start World War III and a nuclear holocaust. Like, that's off the table. So, like, these libs and these hawks who just reflexively on some Cold War red baiting, oh, fuck Russia. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, it's a wrap. They did it. They took that land. It's not happening. And if we can negotiate to just stop to the hostilities, like that's going to be the best for everything. And yes, Putin gets a win. Okay, what about these people in Ukraine, man? They gotta be war weary by now. And I think they should be like, I don't know. I think it's irresponsible for people to paint this as, oh, we're giving Putin a win. It's just like when Joe Biden, and I get it, like bringing wars to an end are hard. When Biden got the fuck up out of Afghanistan, everybody agreed that war was going nowhere. 20 years, endless money pit, trillions of dollars spent, countless lives lost. How many people displaced? Propping up some dummy regime. Not even 2 days later, the Taliban come back and take it over. Like, and so all of the shit that I just laid out that proved that just showed you like what we were doing there for 20 years was stupid and a waste of our time. Biden, like, does the right thing, gets us the fuck up out of there, cuts out, like it's over. We all acknowledge this shit is over. It's stupid. It's not productive. We need to get out of there. He gets us out there, and what happens? His fucking like they fucking kill him in foreign policy establishment. They kill him. Oh, the retreat was sloppy. Oh, we didn't get enough of our people out. Oh, like there was no good way to do this shit, guys. Like, I get it. It looks ugly. It sucks. But like ultimately the right thing was done. And I know Biden took a huge hit politically, and it sucks that that's what happened. Like, I wish it was the opposite, that this guy would have gotten like praised and like the country would have collectively lifted this guy up for getting us out of fucking Afghanistan. The opposite happened. He took a hit. And he got killed by the foreign policy establishment in the press, like cable news, the Atlantic, Fox, fucking New York Times, like you name it, they smoked this guy. And so I think the same will be true if Trump brings an end to this and is seen as Putin is getting a win. And yeah, I personally don't think Trump has the nuts. I don't think he has the balls to do it. Like, he talks a big game, but I just don't. I think he's going to cave to the pressure of the generals, of the blob, the foreign policy establishment, the sort of deep state, lifetime foreign policy actors. Like, they're so on board with just keeping this thing running in perpetuity just because it's just like, fuck it. Let's make life harder for Putin. Like, that's their only guiding principle. I just don't see Trump as having the balls to actually execute on this thing, which is unfortunate, man. But who knows? Let's see. Anyway, I thought this New York Times piece where essentially, it gets leaked from Mamdani, and Obama world that basically, while the Democratic Party establishment and the donors are panicking like little bitches, whiny little bitches, that this guy whooped Andrew Cuomo's ass in a primary fair and square, bum ass, forced to resign, corrupt as shit. Andrew Cuomo, by the way, this is who they're crying, shedding tears for. Forget it. I've done that rant already. While those idiots were doing that, and Obama, y'all know I don't fuck with Obama like that. I don't fuck with his record in terms of what he did as president. I think what he's doing post-presidency is annoying too. This idea that this guy's a content creator for Netflix and Amazon, like whatever. However, he's still one of the most popular Democrats he's probably the most popular Democrat on planet Earth. He's still a powerful, influential, important person. He fucking called Mamdani. He called Zohran after he won. Was like, yo, I fuck with what you're doing. Here's some advice. I think they spoke twice on the phone, which again is in sharp contrast to what these idiots think is the right thing to do. And this reporting is from Mara Gay in the New York Times. Lift that up for me, Jerv. Some Democrats panicked over Mamdani. Obama called him. In the days after it became clear Zohran Mamdani had won New York City's June mayoral primary, much of the Democratic establishment began to panic. Former President Barack Obama, the last Democrat to captivate the party's base, got on the phone. And I think that's important. I think that I think Zoran is Obama with less baggage. And what do I mean by that? He doesn't come from the Robert Rubin third way Clintonite sort of financial segment of the party. He did this thing completely grassroots. Obama, unfortunately, had one of the probably the greatest grassroots effort that the Democratic Party has ever seen, but he also married it with all of the financial masters of the party. So ultimately, when push came to shove, the people whose interest came when it came to like stuff like healthcare, stuff like the bailout, when it came to like, all right, man, like we're only going to be able to approve so much of a bailout. Who's going to get the money? Is it going to be Wall Street or is it going to be Main Street? Like, we lost out on Main Street every single time in the Obama administration, but still, you can't say that this guy didn't have a grassroots intense energy behind his campaign. Like, it was people mobilizing because of their excitement for this dude in his campaign. And Zoran, to a much, obviously, the mayoral campaign in New York is not the same as the leader of the fucking free world. And defeating, like Cuomo, yes, establishment, moneyed interest behind him. You can't even compare that to the Clinton machine. Like, there's just no comparison, right? Like, Obama did it on a bigger scale, but I think in temperament, in the feelings, in the vibes, like it's obvious Obama could watch what this guy did in New York City and be like, yeah, I see a lot of myself in this dude. So yeah, he called him in June. Obama congratulated Mamdani, offered him advice about governing, and discussed the importance of giving people hope in a dark time, according to people with knowledge of the conversation. Others in Mr. Obama's orbit have also shown a keen interest in Mr. Mamdani's and his campaign. John Favreau from the Pod Save guys, former Obama speechwriter. Dan Pfeiffer, also a Pod Save bro, former senior advisor, have been in communication with Democratic strategist Morris Katz, among Mamdani's closest aides. Okay, so the Pod Save bros, the staffers. So that's the thing. I think the people who actually worked for Barry, you can say, were impressive people. And actually worked on something that was grassroots, had a broad appeal. Like, you can say what you want about the Pod Save bros and like fucking, Nepo baby, Biden's Nepo baby, Hunter Biden kind of dissed these guys. It's like, bro, come on, bro. Like, these guys actually worked their way up and were on the ground floor of Barack fucking Obama. Like, your pops became president. Like, chill, Joe, bro. But yeah, like on their show, we talked about it. They were like some of the only big Democratic media people that were like, bro, the Zoran thing is fire. I'm happy that it's happening. David Axelrod, who served as Obama's campaign chief, strategist, and senior advisor, was also curious. Last month, he stopped by the Mamdani campaign headquarters to see things for himself. This is a quote from Axelrod again, Obama world guy. What I found when I went over to that office was a familiar spirit that I hadn't seen in a while, of just determined, upbeat idealism. He continued, you may not agree with every answer he's giving or every idea he has, but he's certainly asking the right questions, which is, how do we make the country work for working people? Okay. Axelrod introduced Pat Gaspard, another Obama insider, to Mamdani as an informal advisor. Yeah, some key figures within the establishment like Hawk Jeffries aren't on board. Even though he killed it in Brooklyn, won by 20 points. Gillibrand called the guy a jihadist because she's racist as fuck and a loser, idiot, establishment, flack, hack, loser. We shouldn't be surprised by that. Mark Penn ran to Trump in them. Whatever. I just want to get to this last paragraph. Mr. Axelrod said he found the reaction of much of New York's political establishment dispiriting and outdated. Quote, scare the hell out of the people, and maybe we can get them to vote for our deficient politics, he said, describing the approach of Democratic Party establishment, meaning Trump bad, Trump fascist, democracy dead, vote for us. And to end the last quote, that's not a politics I want to be associated with. That's not a politics I think prevails. Woo! Yeah. Amen to that. Amen to that. We could take that down, Jerv. Um, amen to that. And yeah, and again, like I said, like I don't bang with Barry, but obviously he's he's got a better sense of what it's going to take to actually get people excited about Democratic Party politics again. This motherfucker won Iowa. This motherfucker won Indiana. This motherfucker won Ohio twice. Those states are pretty much how it's looking right now are going to be red to the day that we die, folks. Like 2012, Barack Obama won those states, bro. Like, again, like this idea that the country is just foaming at the mouth with a bunch of, closeted Klansmen. Yet they also elected this motherfucker, this black dude from Kenya twice. It just don't jive, bro. It's almost like they're looking for something to believe in, and the Democrats just aren't delivering it. And, I think he's smart to see that Zohran is in the vein of the direction that the Democrats should be going. And obviously, it's not people like, damn, what's the name of the chick that got smoked on Breaking Points? I forget her name. Spelnick, Liz Slotkin. My God, go watch that Breaking Points interview with her and Crystal Ball and Sagar and Jetty. Oh my, they ripped her to shreds. It was gross. Like the idea that the Democrats are gonna put these kind of scrubs forward and is gonna uplift the people and beat the right wing's project is just insane to me. And that they shouldn't be embracing people like Zoran. Let me just show you some of the clowns over there. Some of the clowns on that side and what they think counts for leadership. Okay. Where is he at? Okay. Put that up for me, Jerv, please.
On this mayoral race in New York, and in particular on Mamdani, who is clearly now the front runner in this situation, won the primary. You have not publicly come out endorsed him yet. And I'm curious what you're thinking.
Well, he ran a strong race in the primary, obviously, relentlessly focused on affordability, which is a big problem, of course, here in.
Okay. Strong campaign. They ran a strong campaign, won the campaign convincingly. Clearly hitting on important issues that face people, your constituents. Continue.
New York City, along with every other part of the United States of America. And he outworked the opposition. He outmessaged the opposition.
Okay, so he's positive message, like an affirmative message, like, yeah, this is the type of shit we want to be on. Yeah. Outworked Cuomo bum ass. Yeah. So, like, okay, when are you going to say the part why you're not endorsing him?
And out-organize the opposition. But now during the general election, of course, he's going to have to demonstrate to a broader electorate, including in many of the neighborhoods that I represent in Brooklyn, that his ideas can actually be put into reality. And
guys, this is New York City. This is not America. This is not I don't even know. Are there purple cities out there? Like, New York City is a Democratic stronghold city. Like, this idea that, it has to be more broad. Like, no, dude, he won the primary. So that means he's got the pulse of New York. He won the Democratic Party primary. You know what I mean? Like, like if you win the Republican primary and I don't know, man, some crazy red district in Arkansas, like that's it. You've appealed to the people of that. Like, this guy's a fucking clown. Hawk Jeffries is a clown.
And that's, you know, the conversation that he's having with me and having with people who are community leaders and residents in the 8th Congressional District I serve.
And that sounds like you're not convinced then yet.
No, well, we had one initial conversation. It was a constructive and candid conversation. It was centered around the community. And in that conversation, he indicated he'd like my help in putting together additional meetings with members of the congressional delegation, as well as leaders in many of the communities that I represent in neighborhoods like East New York and Brownsville, Canarsie, some of the more lower income working class neighborhoods that I may serve. I agreed to do that. That meeting is being put into motion right now.
So, clown shit. Why you not endorse him? All he said is like, yeah, I met up with him. He wants to meet with our people. He ran a dope campaign. He's speaking to the issues that affect working New Yorkers, especially in places like Canarsie, East New York, etc. Some of the more, you know, lower income neighborhoods of New York City. Clown. He's a fucking clown. And we know why, guys. Like, it's not like it's Israel. It's the Israel shit. It's Zohran's position on Israel is why this guy can't come out and endorse him. That's it. It's not affordability. He took a stance on Israel, by the way. 8% of Democratic Party voters, 8%. Now 8% of the Democratic Party voter base support what Israel's doing in Gaza. 8%, 92% of Democrats don't support it. Zohran took a position that's with 92% of the party and its base. And that's why this guy can't endorse him. Incredible. Just incredible, like Israel first stuff that's just like, it's just so crazy to me. Now let's get some more clowns from the party establishment. Jerv, line me up. This is Bakari Sellers on CNN. He's a clown. He's weak sauce.
Two of
Hold up.
you have tangled a couple times in this show, but if I listen to you, and you haven't spoken on this yet, but I've heard you talk before about it, neither one of you seems to think that Zohran Mamdani would be good for the country.
I don't really care about Zohran Mamdani for the country. I just don't think he'll be a good mayor for New York. And I also think that
maybe I should say for the Democratic Party.
And I think that people in New York and Democrats in New York have this false sense of self. They think that the mayor of New York all of a sudden is going to be the trailblazer for the Democratic Party going forward, and that's just not the case.
Well, I don't think it's two of you have tangled a couple times in this show. But
You see, like he can barely mask his disdain, and he's another, he's APAC'd up. Bakari Sellers is big time. But you shouldn't be surprised by that. And again, and what's AIPAC? It's a special interest group. There's a lot of special interests. Like, they're not the only ones. Like, there's a Saudi lobby, there's an oil lobby. There's all kinds of lobbies. Like, there's all kinds of special interests. It's just this guy's happen to be bought and paid for one that's in direct opposition to Zohran. And these are the clowns in opposition. So yeah, it's just like the sort of fight for the soul of the party. It's not like it's the writing's on the wall. Like, these guys, the Democratic Party is a 20% approval rating. You can keep doing what you want, what you're doing. You can just keep going with the status quo and die, or you can get with the fucking program. I mean, like, this shit is simple as day to me. But anyway, man, I just wanted to update y'all on the clown shit that's happening around my guy Zohran. We'll be back next week, of course. I'll be back in LA finally. I left LA July 10th. I won't be back till Tuesday, which is just crazy to think. I miss my bed. I miss my goddamn ramen spot. I miss my taco stand, man. Fucking Taco Tuesdays, $1.50 cabeza tacos, pastor tacos, man. Listen, I need to get back to the crib, bro. But I miss you guys as well, man. Shouts to everybody that watched us live on YouTube. Shouts to everybody listening on the pod, man. Shouts to everybody. Become a Patreon, patreon.com/Count the Dig. Support all the outstanding work we're doing here. Shouts to my guy John Gervais on the 1s and 3s as always, man. Keeping us running on time. We'll see you next week. Peace out, y'all.